Are you one of the few people who hears a sound that no one else can hear? Not a ringing, not a song stuck in your head. A deep, low hum, like an engine idling somewhere far away. The strange part is this. You can stand next to someone else in the same room, and they hear nothing at all. And once you notice it, it becomes impossible to ignore. For decades, people around the world have reported the same unsettling experience. A low-frequency vibration, a droning sound, sometimes so faint it feels more like pressure than noise. Most people describe it the same way, like a truck parked outside with the engine running, like a generator somewhere in the distance, like the earth itself is quietly humming. It often starts at night, when everything else goes quiet, and for some people it doesn't just annoy them. It disrupts sleep. It creates headaches. It causes anxiety. Because when you can't find the source, your mind keeps searching for it. What makes this story even stranger is that it doesn't belong to one town. Reports have come from multiple places around the world: New Mexico, England, New Zealand, Canada, the United States Midwest, different climates, different infrastructure, different populations, and yet the descriptions are eerily similar. That's why this phenomenon became known simply as the hum, not a hum, the hum. A sound that seems to follow no rules, except one. Only a small percentage of people can hear it. One of the most famous cases began in the early 1990s in Taos, New Mexico, a quiet town surrounded by desert, mountains, and open sky. Residents began reporting a low-frequency hum that seemed to appear at night. Some people described it as maddening. Others said it felt like a vibration in their chest. And the most disturbing part? Most people in Taos couldn't hear it at all. It was as if the sound was only tuned in to certain people. Investigators were brought in. They tried to locate it, measure it, record it, but even with equipment, the results weren't clear. No single source was ever confirmed. No one could point to one machine, one pipeline, one tower, and say, "That's it." If you've never heard the hum, it's hard to explain why it's so disturbing, because it's not just a sound. It's the feeling of being unable to escape something invisible. Some people who report hearing it describe pressure in the ears, a vibrating sensation, fatigue, headaches, and the psychological effect can be even worse. Because when you can't prove what you're hearing, you start to question yourself. You start to wonder if you're imagining it. But then you see it happening to someone else, and suddenly the question becomes, if it's not in their head, where is it coming from? In some places, investigators did eventually find causes. Industrial equipment, factories, ventilation systems, compressors. In other cases, the hum stopped when the source was removed. But not every case ended like that, because in other places, the hum remained. Even after studies, even after measurements, even after the most logical explanations were tested. And that's what keeps the mystery alive. Not because people want it to be supernatural, but because no single answer fits every report. So what could it be? There are several theories. Theory 1, industrial noise. Low-frequency sound can travel far. It can bounce off terrain, slip through walls, move through the ground. A source miles away could sound like it's right next to you. Theory 2, a form of tinnitus. Some researchers believe the hum may be a low-frequency type of tinnitus, a sound generated by the body, perceived as external. That could explain why only some people hear it, but many people who report the hum insist it behaves like something outside of them. Theory 3, environmental or geological sources. Some suggest microseisms, underground vibrations, or atmospheric conditions, something the Earth does naturally, that only some humans detect. And then there's the last possibility, that in some places, the hum is not one thing, but many different things. Different causes, same experience, one name. The hum is unsettling for one reason above all. It makes you realize how fragile perception is. Two people can stand in the same room and live in two different realities. One hears silence, the other hears something they can't escape. And the strangest part is, reports of the hum still continue, even now, in different places, from people who have never met. And for most of the world, there's nothing at all, just quiet. But for a few, the sound is still there, waiting. If you enjoy stories like this, consider subscribing for more unexplained events based on true stories.